Hey everyone, how's it going? Total Level here with a new video idea called Obscurely Underrated Games. So, this is something I want to do kind of every now and then, just talk about 5 certain games that I think are very underrated and a bit obscure. Some of these will be super obscure and weird, and others not so much, but I want to kind of highlight games that I really feel are underrated, underappreciated, and everything like that. I thought this was a fun title of Obscurely Underrated Games, right? So, to start with, we're going to start with the PlayStation 2, my personal favorite system of all time. I love the PS2, and yeah, so many great games. It's where I really discovered so many different types of JRPGs and everything like that. So, yeah, with that all out of the way, let's just start as I picked kind of 5, which I want to kind of do each time too, is 5 kind of different genres so that there's a bit of variety for everyone to maybe check out and everything. So to start with, I talk about Radiata Stories a lot, but I love this game so much. It's a bit of like Tales of mixed with Suikoden games because, yeah, the combat is a bit Tales of like, and you recruit many different party members like you would in Suikoden games, right? And yeah, just super fun, and despite, kind of generic dog breed name for the main character of Jack Russell, like, is a really cool game. It starts off where you think it's just going to be a very just silly experience, so you're not thinking the story's really going to take off, but you're just laughing all the way through, and then all of a sudden, like, a big twist happens. There's 2 different endings you can pick, and they both have their own different consequences, right? It's really cool, so it's worth playing at least 2 times through, and you have a lot of replay value because of the amount of people you get to recruit, and because it's made by Star Ocean Team. There's some Easter eggs here and some hidden kind of outfits and everything you can get for your characters, though I think a lot of it is tied to one of the 2 endings because, yeah, there's a choice you get to make later on. But yeah, it's just a really awesome game, and I can't recommend it enough. More people need to check it out. It is just an awesome game. Next up, I have a bit of a weird one here because it should not be as good as it was, as it's Neopets The Darkest Faerie. So I did talk about this game before on my channel, but yeah, it's a really solid adventure title. Now, it's pretty clunky, and there's an annoying tutorial you have to do at the beginning. It's very tedious at the beginning where you have to round out sheep, and it's very annoying how they do that, because the sheep don't go in the path you think they're going to go, right? But once you get past that, it's a solid adventure title, and if you're like me, growing up in the 90s, most likely you played Neopets on the computer. Like, I didn't have PC really growing up at all. I had a PC a little bit when I was like 10, but yeah, didn't really get to play too much, right? It was mostly at friend's house, and yeah, we didn't have that PC for long anyways. It was really bad, but yeah, just, it's a surprise game because, Neopets itself wasn't like the greatest. It was just kind of that sort of thing to hook kids in, right? But the games themselves, like, there's actually a few Neopets games that aren't too bad, and yeah, Darkest Faerie is a surprise, alright time. Again, not perfect, but it's a pretty decent game that you might want to check out for yourself. Next, we have a licensed game here, and one that I really enjoyed, Teen Titans here on PS2. So yeah, this is for sure the weakest of the 3 versions, because yeah, it has some glitches, longer loading times, things like that, and of course, to play with 4 people, you need an adapter on the PS2, but it's still really fun game, like, because the glitches aren't like that big of a deal or anything, right? But yeah, it's a pretty cool, just kind of top-down, beat-em-up type of action game, you know, if you played X-Men Legends, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, things like that, then you'd be familiar with this one. And yeah, you know, it's pretty mindless, like, you have different combos, but you know, there's not much to it really, but it's still a really fun surprise time, right? And you know, different characters have a bit of different abilities, but they all you know, they play pretty much the same. Like, characters like Beast Boy would be a bit faster than, say, Cyborg. Cyborg's kind of slow, right? But other than that, you know, their kind of attack patterns are pretty similar to each other. But yeah, you know, if you enjoy those types of kind of top-down, beat-em-up kind of games and all that, like, Teen Titans is a pretty solid game. Now, I want to talk about a Suda51 Grasshopper game, which they make the weirdest, most obscure games, but yeah, love pretty much all of them, you know, as we have Killer 7 here. So just like Teen Titans, this is the weaker of the two versions compared to the GameCube one. I don't think this came out on Xbox, but you know, it has longer loading times and frame rate issues on PS2, but it's still really fun to play as, yeah, just super unique game. Controls take a while to get used to though, because yeah, you're moving up and down these hallways and you're shooting these kind of ghosts and phantom people, right? But in order to do that, you have to stop, you have to aim, you have to scan them. It's, yeah, it takes a while to get used to, so control wise it could be better, but this is such a weird, unique type of game that, yeah, you're an assassin using kind of your 7 personalities to fight, right? And that's why, yeah, Killer 7, right? But just a super cool, different type of game that you never seen this type of game ever before, right? As that's Suda51 in a nutshell. It's just their games are so out there, and yeah, I really recommend Killer 7. Really enjoy this game. And then finally, my last one I want to recommend, a game I really love. It's Psi-Ops, the Mindgate Conspiracy. So if you want a Star Wars game that's not called Star Wars, this is your game right here, because you have a lot of kind of, you know, Jedi or Sith-like powers, right? Because you are, you know, being able to see people through walls, you're able to throw them, having these, you know, psychic powers, right? As, yeah, just a really cool game. And yeah, it's, like I said, it's pretty much a Star Wars game without having the Star Wars title. It's just super fun, and yeah, it's a game I go back to over and over again because it's just pure fun, right? Now, there's another game kind of like it called Second Sight. I recommend that game too, which I'll probably get to when we cover kind of Xbox original games. But yeah, Psi-Ops, highly recommend. Is just such a fun third-person shooter, and yeah, using powers is, yeah, a lot of fun. And so those are my 5 recommendations for PlayStation 2 games in my first video of this obscurely underrated game series. So I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know your kind of obscure, underrated PS2 games that you would recommend to me and others, right? Because I may even have them and may plan on covering them later, because how I want to do this is, yeah, do kind of talk about an older system and then go back to current ones of the Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Series consoles, right? And their maybe talk about some of their subscription service games you could check out or stuff like that. But yeah, that's kind of how I want to go. So next time I do this, it'll be, yeah, probably the Switch, I think, and then, yeah, I might do original Xbox next time after that, but we'll see. That's how I want to do this, but anyways, let me know what you think. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed this series, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, leave a comment, and subscribe to see more. Hit the notification bell to be notified of any upcoming videos. Also, follow me on Twitter at TotalLevelYT, along with Twitch, also at TotalLevelYT. Or maybe you only stayed for any skits I put in my video. In that case, please stay anyways. I'm so lonely. Alright, take care and have a great rest of your day, everyone.